Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Himanshu Agarwal. He is presently positioned as a Senior Vice President, International Markets, Zydex Industries Pvt Limited, Vadodara. He is in the Co-Chair Infrastructure Committee, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, New Delhi. He has over 3 decades of experience in marketing technologies, consumer products, services, and industrial chemicals. He works to enhance the cause of sustainability advocacy with government stakeholders. He is an expert in country startups and company turnaround. He also leads the penetration of technologies, innovations into Europe and India. Mr. Himanshu will present a talk on nanotechnology for water resistant flexible pavement, longer life, lower maintenance. So let's welcome Mr. Himanshu.
Zydex, as you rightly said, is based out of Baroda. We do some fundamental work on materials in terms of ensuring minimal use of the scarce aggregates and soils, in terms of allowing use of marginal materials, in terms of use of maybe fly ash and so many other products which are available, such that we have road bases which have a longer life. What is very critical today is to note that India is going through massive construction of the road assets, where we are graduating from a gravel road to a rural road, from a rural road to an intermediate level road, to a state highway converting into a national highway, and also constructing greenfield, which means that in the next 2 to 3 decades, India will be continuously constructing. We are into other verticals in addition to road construction, into waterproofing, paints, textiles, and agriculture. Let me come to why we need sustainability. That's the kind of assets that we have. Maybe it's a little old, but however, it will give you a flair that we have 6 million kilometers of roads. We need to make them pliable, all-weather roads, such that our commercial produce as well as people can transport seamlessly. What is one of the major issues of damage of these assets already mentioned, and let me put my thought on. Water is one of the biggest cause of damage of roads, maybe because of imperfection of construction, maybe in city roads where we do not have drainage, but also in the highways and the rural roads, we see premature damages because of the percolation of moisture. Why is it important? Because water is so small in size that it normally percolates through any of the pores available in the bituminous layers, or even in the concrete roads that we construct. If water penetrates, it starts to initiate the process of damage of the road. Where Zydex additives come into play is we are within the 100 nanometer range. COVID viruses today are of that size. We are 25 times smaller. What are the impacts of nanotechnology? We reduce consumption of aggregates, bitumen, and fuel, allow in situ use of materials. That means existing road can be reconstructed. That's very, very important through the full depth reclamation technique. Build water resistant, reduce fatigue, enhance the durability. Use in situ soils. What's very important is we need to get to a course where we increase the design life of the assets. If it is today 20 years or 10 years for a rural road, let's design for 20 years. If highways are typically 20 years life, let's design for 50 years and so on. What we deserve as consumers is higher speeds and safer rides, so that it has a positive impact on the GDP and also the happiness of people. After traveling from work from home into Bangalore for 45 minutes, as a user, I should be not having any fatigue. I should be actually happy. That's very, very important. We deal at fundamental material level. What we ensure is cutting off moisture intrusion, as well as ensuring a flexibility in the soil mass to give it functionality of working more like a stone itself. So what happens is we reduce consumption of aggregates by more than 60 to 65%. What we do, let me just go right up here. A small 30-second video will show you how this road in UP, which was constructed early on, is getting reconstructed using the same road material, getting widened without bringing any outside material. What is very important, this road got constructed close to half a kilometer every day, single lane road, don't stop the traffic. By the evening, the traffic starts off. And with this step, government of UP for every 1,000 kilometers is saving close to 1 million cubic meters of aggregates. which would have been otherwise required to haul on a distance of 150 to 300 kilometers, incurring fuel cost and so on. So saving of materials, saving of the fuel, saving of forex. I'll show you another example of a part constructed road. It does not have a bituminous layer, and the road is getting, it's still the traffic is going, no destruction. That's the magic of using chemicals which can. So this is in Andaman at the time of COVID period, 4,000 millimeter of rain ponding on this surface and no damage. We can construct this in the mountain zones as well with the available materials. But look at, after 5 years, what is the status?
You can see the depth of mine, and there is a little dryness inside the excavated hole. So this indicates that though water is not penetrating inside.
I will move on. This is the base part of it. Let me move on to the top surface, because as users, as citizens, we are concerned with a ride quality of a road. If it's a blacktop road, bituminous layer would have been laid, or if it is a white topping road of, let's say, like we have in Mumbai Pune Expressway, or in the newly constructed Nagpur Expressway, we have a white top road. What we need is a high speed ride for a road which is safe, not cracking. In bituminous mixes, what is very important is that you have 100% coating and literally no moisture damage. There, the nano additives which come in can help you to ensure that these damages are not there. I was in Bhopal 2 days ago. The government of MP is got a plan to ensure that pre-rains, all the roads are, resurfaced or patched, done, so that there are no potholes. What we need to look at fundamentally is using the IITs and the Central Road Research Institute and all the institutions is, can we get to a stage where we do not have damages related to moisture? Because in the short run, either it is moisture related damage or it is construction imperfection related damage which happens on the roads. We may design iconic greenfield expressways or highways. What is very important is city by city, where we have smart cities or otherwise, we have road surfaces where we do not have. Very, very important. That's where the technology can help. By the way, Zydex technology reduces the capex cost, increases the life of the road. Why this happens is very important to know today. Bitumen actually sticks to the aggregate physically, not chemically. That's why the moment you induce it in water, either cold for a long period of time, or as per the codal provisions, you do a boiling water test for half an hour. What you see on the left side is bitumen is gone, the aggregates are naked. While on the right side, you see there is a full coating. If you have ensured full coating across, the life of that layer will definitely be long. To give you an example, 2009, 2016, the road surface remains the same. Bitumen is designed to have a life of 10 to 15 years as we look at the developed world. Now, bitumen does not know that it has to get used in India on a highway or on a city road, on a rural road. The life of the bitumen layer would remain the same, is what I would submit to everybody who's listening. Thank you very much. We need to build sustainable pavements. As I reiterate, these are economy force multipliers, and these are also the prosperity corridors of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Himanshu, for apprising our viewers with your inspiring presentation on nanotechnology of water-resistant flexible pavements for longer life and lower maintenance. AC Update is available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also download our app from Google Play and App Store. We would also request our viewers to stay tuned for future interactions. With that, today's interaction has now come to a close. Thank you and goodbye.